My name is Amanda Lindsay, and I'm at the Stonecrest Library. What resources does the library have to help you with searching for a job? Let's start with these resources that can give you a broad picture specifically with job strategies, search strategies. And let's look at resources where you can apply these strategies. Finally, we'll explore digital material that might help you for each item. I'll show you how to access it, some of the highlights of specifically for job searching, and any specific details. If it's been a while since you've been job hunting, or if this is your first time, it can be overwhelming on how to go about finding what jobs might be out there that might give you, that you might wish to pursue. Our first resource that we're going to look at is Lynda.com. There's a mobile app available for this resource, but you'll need to access it for the first time through our website. And let's look where to find that. So our website address is DeKalbLibrary.org. And once you get to that, you're going to go over to the tab where it says eLibrary and then click on Lynda.com. It's going to ask you for your library card number and PIN number. And once you log in, it'll direct you to the site. Lynda is a video tutorial site, and it has several nice features. The first is that you can learn in a variety of ways depending on your learning style. If you learn best by watching, you can just click on a video and watch it. If you learn better by reading material, each video has a script that you can read. If you learn best by doing, many of the tutorials will provide exercise files that, if they make sense for that subject, for you to work through. The second feature is that there are short tutorials, an hour or less, and they are what they call learning paths. Learning paths are made up of several tutorial videos that hone in on a variety of topics and skills for a major goal. The third nice feature is that you can earn a certificate for each learning path you complete. In creating this section, I found 2 tutorials and 2 learning paths. Before we jump in, let's take a look at them. And take a look at them, I want to show you how and what search terms I use to locate them. In the search bar, I typed in job search. Okay, you can see that it gives me several suggestions here. Let's look at the short tutorials I found. They are job search strategies and find a job in the hidden job market. Scrolling down, that's a path. Dang it. So if we look at, we're going to look at find a job in the hidden job market. And actually I hit the wrong one. Go back. As you can see, if it's got a little box to the left, that's a path, and then the video is going to have the play. So let's look at the video first. So as you look at it, you can see at the very bottom that it gives you tutorials to look at that you might suggest to watch next. You can add these to your playlist by just clicking plus, and you'll find your playlist under your name and the variety. Okay. If we scroll up, you can see that there's an overview. It kind of gives you information about what the video is about, how long it is. This one's 37 minutes and 20 seconds. You also can see a transcript. This is where you can read the transcript of the video. You can view the video offline if you download it to your computer, and then if there are exercise files, they'll be located there. Okay. So the 2 learning paths that I found were becoming a successful job hunter and finding a job during challenging economic times. So let's look at the challenging jobs. Okay, as you can see, it tells you that the total path is 11 hours. You can practice, so there's practice exercises for you, and it'll certify that you've completed that particular job. You'll see that there are several videos, 13 videos in the learning path. You can watch all the learning path videos, or if you just find a few that videos that really kind of are what you're looking for to learn, you can just click on those. Okay, so let's look at our next resource, which can help you search for jobs. And if you're looking at changing careers, can help you narrow down your search. And this is Learning Express Library, but more specifically, Job and Career Accelerator. There's also a mobile app available to access this resource. So to access the resource, we're going to go to our website again, dekalblibrary.org, and on the right-hand side, you'll see where it says research databases. So we're going to click on that, and then those databases are subheaded by different subjects. So we're going to go down to job and careers, and then we're going to see, you see Lynda's there also, but we're going to click on job and accelerator. Again, you're going to need to type your library card number and PIN number. Now, the most useful part of the Job and Career Accelerator to me is the job search engine. It uses Indeed's database, but what is unique is that you can apply directly from this resource. You can search by job title, company, and or zip code. You can also save your job searches to go back and revisit with your criteria. Finally, if you created or uploaded your resume and cover letter to this resource, it can be used to apply easily. Okay, so we're going to go down and we're going to see search for job and internships. Click on that. And you want to make sure that you're selecting on search for job engine. You're going to need to sign up for an account before you start. And once you get there, if you already have an account, you're going to type in your username and password. I've already logged in. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So it gives me a place to put job title, skills, or company, and then a location. So say I'm a forklift driver. So we're going to type in forklift driver. And then say I'm in the Lafayette area. So we're going to put in 30038 as a zip code. And we're going to click on search jobs. Okay, there are 17 results in that zip code for forklift driver. Okay, to the right below here, you'll see it says the default is 25 miles. Say I only want jobs within 10 miles of that zip code. So I can limit there. And you'll see a variety of things. So you'll see the job title, the company, where it's located, and a brief explanation of what they're looking for, what the job entails. Now you can save this job by click on save this job listing, and this you can go back to at a later date. So let's click on that. So when you do that, you have to save the job title and the company. You don't have to save the description if you don't want to. And you don't have to necessarily save the URL where that job listing is. You can link your resume and your cover letter if you've already uploaded it to the site or created it on Learn Express Library. When you do create your job, save your job search here, you do need to select an occupation card. I've already selected one and created it, and it's forklift driver. So you can bunch all your jobs. If you're looking for a variety of different types of jobs, you can put all of them in each category. Okay, so I'll do that and then click on save, and then it is successfully saved so I can go back at a later time. Now, if I wanted to apply for a job, you're just going to click on apply. It's going to take you to Indeed. It will give you more information about what the job entails, location if it's given, what the schedule is, and all that kind of stuff, and then you just click on apply. Okay. So the next part of the resource that I find is very helpful is the job skills match. So we're going to go back to, I'm going to close that out. We're going to go back home to the home center and go down to Job and Career Accelerator, and we're going to look at Find a Career Match. Now, more specifically looking at skills, matching skills. So we're going to click on Find a Career Match. And then the skills matchers. So click on skills matcher. Now to use this, you just answer the questions about a variety of skills on a sliding scale from strongly agree to strongly disagree, whether or not you can perform that skill. And at the end of answering those questions at the tool, it ranks a variety of careers, and then you can narrow it down by specific skills by clicking on occupation matches. Okay, so I took this earlier, and this gives me information about different types of career industries and gives you information about that. But I also can look at the view matches and they give me specifics. And then I can go in a little bit farther and it will give me some information about that career. It will give me kind of a video of what you do with that particular career, wages and trends, what kind of education I needed, related occupations, which might help you look for additional jobs. And then if you have any saved jobs, it'll show there. And you can also look at a few available jobs. This can not only be helpful when you're looking for a new career, but also to look at industries where your current skills can be used and maybe search for jobs in those industries. Okay, so our next resource is a little more specific when job searching where the normal avenues are not producing any leads. And this is Reference USA. To access it, you will go through the same steps as the previous resource. You'll go to our website and again, click on Reference Databases, go down to Jobs and Careers, and click on Reference Database, Reference USA. Again, it's going to ask you for your library card number and PIN number. And I forgot to just say, Reference USA has a mobile app, and also Learning Express Library also has a mobile app. So you can use these on your phone if you decide. Okay, so I had already clicked on this, but once you click on it, there's going to come up an agreement page that you'll need to read and click on agreement, and then you'll come to their homepage. Okay, so Reference USA offers a variety of databases. We're going to look at two of them, which are applicable to job searching. The first is U.S. Jobs and Internship Database. It works the same as Job and Accelerator and uses the same Indeed database, except that it does not have an apply button on the site, nor does it offer to store your resume and cover letter. Another difference is that Reference USA will give you suggested search terms once you begin to type. For example, using a forklift driver, we're going to go into U.S. Business. Oops, sorry, went the wrong way. We're going to go into U.S. Jobs and Internship, and we're going to type in forklift driver. And once I start typing in forklift, you can see that there's a variety of different occupations that come up. So this can give you some information about some other keyword searches to look at while you're doing your job search. Okay, but for our purposes, we're going to kind of mimic what we just did in the previous resource, and we're going to type in forklift driver. Okay. And then we're going to put the same zip code, 33038. Okay, and then you're going to click on View Results. Okay, and then you get a list of job titles, the companies, and locations, and then when it's posted. Okay, so you can click on the title and it will take you over to Indeed, and you'll see basically the same thing that you saw from Job and Career Accelerator. You can also look at the company and kind of get some information about the company. You can see where it is located, jobs, other job listings by that company, kind of description of the SIC codes. It will give you business type, sales if it's available, company news if it's available, business size and volume, and a variety of other things. Okay. It also will tell you if it's owned by a larger company, and but it does not include job descriptions within the database. You just have to click on the job to find that out. Okay. The other database that Reference USA has, which can be helpful in job searching, is the business. So we're going to go ahead and click on Reference USA in the top left-hand corner and go into the U.S. Business. Okay. So let's look and see how that works. So we're going to click on Advanced Search. And you will see on the left-hand side a variety of criteria that you can search by. Okay, so for us, we're going to use keyword search, and we're going to use zip code. And for this example, we're going to look at warehouses, because if you're looking for a forklift job, you're going to probably see several in warehouse. So you click on warehouse in the keyword search box, and you'll see a whole bunch of different matches. Okay, so we can go through and look at what we think might be it. So I'm looking at warehouses, commercial storage, anything where I think might use a forklift driver. Okay, we're just going to click on a couple, and it's not going to give us a whole lot of things, a lot of jobs for us to look at, but we're going to look at a couple of them. Okay, so once you select those, then you have to go down below and you have to actually type in the SIC code, which is right here, or NAIC code. So I'm going to type in 422509, which is for warehouses, 422618 for warehouse commercial. We'll do a couple more. 154107 for contractors, general industry. 154106. And we'll do one more. 344801. Okay. And then you come down to the zip code criteria, and we're going to type in 3038 for Lithonia and 30058. Those two zip codes are in the Lithonia area. Okay. And then on the right hand side, you'll see where it says view results. So we're going to click on review results. You only got two, but that's okay. We're going to just show you how you can use this. So depending on, and it takes a little bit of trial and error, you can go back and add some more. And then one of the other ways to come up with a different list is if you know of a particular company, you can do a company list. And I'll show that real quick. Okay, so here are the addresses, the executive names that are connected to the thing. If either one was owned, you'd see under a corporate tree, you would see an arrow up and down. You can also map this. So if I clicked on map right here, it'll give you an idea of where those two companies are located with each other. Okay. And what's helpful for this is that if you have several of them and you're going to do a drive-by, and we'll talk about that in a second, where you can drive by the locations, you can use that to do that. All right, so we're going to go back to results in window, I believe that's right. So what's helpful for this, then you can go in and see. It's a verified record, so they verify the information with the actual business. It tells you your SIC code. Sometimes you can find a couple others that might be worth it. There's 4 people at the location. Tells you the volume of sales. Tells you how long it's been in the database. That kind of might give you an idea of how long the company's been around. Last time it was updated was October 2019. If there are hours of operations that are given, that'll be listed there. Gives you business expenditure, kind of gives you the size of volume. Okay. It'll give you nearby competitors reports. So if this is a company that you really think might be something that you might, then it'll give you an idea in the general area. It won't just be in that Lithonia area zip code. Okay. So what you can do with this as you go through and grab these is you can create them and you can print a list. And which for that list, you can then cold call or drive by. So many local companies don't necessarily advertise their jobs online. They will put a sign out, or they consider word of mouth of being able to get their employees. So those are ways to kind of go about that many people don't use. It's more of an old school type of job search. Okay, so our next information that we're going to use. So the other thing with this, let me go back to revise search, is we can also say, for instance, we knew that Lithonia Industrial Boulevard has many warehouses, and that may it. So you can do a street address. So you can type in Lithonia Boulevard and get all the information about all the companies that are on that street. So that might also be a way to use this resource. Okay. So let's briefly talk about a research company before you go on interview. as I said, you can go through and all the information that we just talked about that's given on a company, you can do that. So let's look at, do a quick search and type in Amazon. So there you get a lot of different things, and you can see. Now we can do it by zip code. We can go ahead and limit by zip by the state, but there's where you can see where it's owned by somebody else. And there's the main thing in Seattle, and again, it gives you jobs, the same type of information, profile that you have, hours of operation, and all of the executives that are in the company that are listed. Okay, so this is good information if you're going on a job interview to do it. But there's also another resource, and we're going to go ahead, close out some of these here. Go ahead and go back to our website, and we're going to look at Business Source Complete. Okay, so to access Business Source Complete is part of Galileo. So the easiest way is to click on Galileo, and let me go back to the home page. You can almost always find Galileo right here. So you can click on Galileo. Again, it's going to ask you for your library card number, PIN number. There is not a mobile app for this resource that I'm aware of. Okay. So the easiest way to do it, to find it, you can browse by type or browse by subject. But since I know we're looking for the business resource, I can click on there, and then I can type in business resource complete, or I could have just gone ahead and clicked on B, and for some reason that didn't come out. Let's go click on B. There you go, business source complete. Okay, so I'm going to click on that. Now, when we look at that, there's your search bar right here, but below you see a couple different things. So we're going to click on full text because we want to be able to look at it. You can go ahead, and if you want a certain publication date, you can certainly do that. So we're going to look at Amazon again. Okay. To the right, you'll see company information, and you can click on that. You can see company profiles, which is what we're going to look at in a minute. And then you can see news wires, so different news information, news on the web that's available. Okay. You can also do a search. So we did Amazon, but what if we're looking at forklifts? So we could do Amazon warehouse, since we think we're going to be working in the warehouse. And you can come up with a variety of different articles about Amazon and warehouses. Again, we have full text. We can limit it by, we only want the most current in the last year. So I can limit to 2019. And I can kind of look and see. Now, if I am going through this, you can sign in for an account for free. And it's always there. And then you can actually click on the plus sign and start adding to that. So you can go back and look at your articles that you selected. Let's look at the company. So if we type in Amazon in the company, we come up with ticker names. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at let's see if we can do the United States, see if it'll limit. That gives you information. Let me Seattle. All right. All right. Well, let's just actually let's go reverse. Okay, so we've gone through, we sorted through. Let's just look at Amazon Fulfillment Warehouse. Now you have the headquartered parent, so we can click on that, and that's going to give us the parent corporation. Okay, so you can see, you can find out more about financial industry. So you can look at the industry codes, and you can actually look at some more information about that in executive things. And you can look at the global company, and that gives you their information there. Okay, how much their revenue is. But the actual best resource for that are your different newspaper articles, which is what we looked at. Okay, so our last resource is not a library's resource, but it's one of the resources that most people use every day, and that's Google. So if you go into Google, they now have a thing where you can do jobs nearby. So if I type in jobs near me, it's going to take where my location is, and it's going to search jobs for me. So if I click on that, I am currently at my house, so I am in Covington, and it will show all the things here that are in Conyers. It'll search by, you can change it by how many days, past 3 days, everything that's been. You can limit by the type of career that's done. You can look at company, okay? But you also, say, for instance, I'm at my mother-in-law's house down in Albany. I can type in, but I want to know what is in Decatur. I can type in Decatur, jobs near Decatur. And again, it's going to give me. So it will, and you can limit again. So it will give you where you can apply for the job. You can save it if you have a Google account. You can share also. It gives you your job description, kind of what the position summary is. It also gives you some information about how much, depending on Glassdoor, ZipRecruiter, PayScale, a variety of different websites, what the average for that particular job is, that type of job. Okay. And then you'll see other jobs on the left, and you can click on those. There's DeKalb Workforce has got one from a package handler. You can apply on Glassdoor for this one. Okay. So that is all that. Now, the last thing I said that I would do was show you jobs. So let me go back and let me pull this up. So there are several, oh, before I do that, let me show you how to get to our resources for jobs. So let me go back to our website. So we have a variety of ebook resources. Several of them you can get, our most popular ones are Overdrive and Hoopla, which Overdrive is, you can find under eLibrary. Hoopla is right here to the right, but you can also go to reference databases and go down to ebooks. So the ones that I found for ebooks, there were a couple on Overdrive, a couple on eBooks Central, and ebook on EBSCOhost. Now, eBook Central and eBook EBSCOhost is done through Galileo, so you would click on these right here, type in your library card number, and that'll take you to that, and then you would just do a regular search for jobs. Okay, but I told you I would have the list here. So here are the lists. You have Overdrive, Ultimate Job Search Guide, and how to get a job after 50. eBooks on EBSCOhost has one. And then Hoopla, I only listed two. There were several. As of summer of 2020, when this is recorded, Hoopla has the most as far as job searching. And most of those books will be incorporated in job seeking books together. Okay. Well, I hope you found this helpful in finding a job and learning a little bit more about what resources we have for searching for jobs.